Okay, we'd like to welcome the 2019 Rocket Mortgage Classic champion, Nate Lashley, into the interview room. Nate, from the alternate list to this table as a champion on the PGA Tour, if we can get your thoughts on what has been just a fantastic week.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even sure I was going to get in the tournament, so ending up being in here right now is it's a dream, and I'm just really grateful that I got into the tournament. Happy to be here in Detroit and love the place, and look forward to coming back.
And this opens up so many opportunities for you now. You move up to number 40 in the FedEx Cup standings, but in terms of the top 30 making it to the playoff finale at Eastlake, the Wyndham Rewards top 10, just so many things that are now on the horizon for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, job security for one, getting into the majors, the Masters, it's a dream come true. Obviously, getting in that top 40, you know, that's going to be my goal for the rest of the year, is getting in that top 30 and make the Tour Championship. So just looking forward to that for the rest of the season.
All right, let's start with Jim, second row here.
To share that moment with your sister off the 18th green.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I'm glad my friends and family were able to make it out, and you know, it's a special moment to be able to have it with them, and something I'll always remember.
Okay, let's go right here and then over on the side.
Nate, congratulations.
Thank you.
I think it was Jay Farner during the ceremony that talked about Detroit, the comeback city, the underdog story. Knowing the history of this city, the first time this tournament's been in Detroit, a PGA event ever, is that sunk in how important this means, obviously, with your story and the city of Detroit as well?
I don't think nothing's quite sunk in yet, but the fans were just absolutely great, you know, especially today to me. You know, they were rooting me on, and it was great having them on my side. It made it feel like, you know, I wasn't out there alone, and it was just, I'm just really thankful for how great they were to me today.
Okay, over here on the side.
From the tragedy well, that was a tragedy. From the tragedy you underwent while you were in college to really, you finished 14th in the qualifier at the Orchards, making it as a final alternate here. Can you talk about your own personal comeback you made that culminates with your first PGA Tour victory?
Yeah, I mean, I've been through a lot. You know, it took a lot of years for me to get over my parents' death, for sure. It was mentally holding me back for a long time, and getting in this week, I don't know, like you said, not getting in through the Monday was a little disappointing. I felt like I played really well, but I knew I still had a chance, you know, outside chance of getting in. And then once I moved up to first alternate and found out that David Regani wasn't going to play, I was just really happy. I was just excited to be in the golf tournament, really.
Now let's take two right here in the middle, second row.
Nate, congratulations. You mentioned job security. When is the last time in your life at all that you've had job security?
Well, not yet on the PGA Tour, just on the web tour, you know, when I had full status in, would have been 2016, I believe.
This
but other
is better.
than that, what's that?
This is better?
Yeah, this is just a little better, you know. Well, I do now the Corn Ferry Tour, but that's a great tour as well, you know. But getting out here and having job security, there's no better feeling.
Yeah, and then just going into the round today, I mean, how comfortable were you? I mean, it was a huge lead. You seemed pretty, you know, you made the couple bogeys early, but no one really even came close. Was it a comfortable round of golf?
No, I wouldn't say it was comfortable. You know, the start helped a lot. Birdie in 1, birdie in 3 was nice, kind of calmed my nerves. But making bogeys on 6 and 9, then you know, they kind of came back, snuck back a little bit. But nobody really made a big run at me today, and so that kind of kept me a little more relaxed. Nobody, you know, ended up getting to like past 20 under par, so I had a little cushion to play with. So yeah, that was it was a little more easy on my nerves. Yeah.
All right, let's get Will and Larry on this side and then move over to Stuart. Nate,
you said during yesterday's round that you found that there were moments where your thoughts were drifting back to your parents. Was that also the case today during the final round?
Yeah, there was a couple times out there late in the round where, you know, it happens all the time. I think about my parents all the time, and thinking about them today, I was getting a little emotional even walking up 18, even before I hit my second shot. Thinking about my parents, because without them, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
All right, Larry?
When you stopped playing professional golf. Like, how long was that? Was it even a year or not quite a year or more than?
It was maybe, I don't know, 3-4 months. Just kind of took a break. I was a little burnt out. And I wouldn't fully say had given up on golf, but I really needed a break. And it was nice to take a few months off. And by taking those few months off and doing some other stuff, I realized that, golf's a lot of fun. It's a blessing to be able to come out here and compete. And, and especially now playing at the highest level, I'm glad I stuck it out.
All right, 3 over on this side, starting with Stuart.
Nick, congratulations. Today's win secures you a place in the Open at Royal Portrush. How do you feel about that? And then how much are you looking forward to playing in Northern Ireland?
It hasn't quite sunk in. I've actually never been over to Europe, so I'm really looking forward to it. Really, it's just a dream come true, really, getting to go over and play in the Open, getting to play in the Masters. I'm really looking forward to it already.
All right, 2 on the third row, and then in the back.
Did you actually sell any houses? How many, and were you very good at it?
Well, I've had my real estate license for maybe just a couple years out of college. One of my buddies is a broker, and he kind of convinced me to get it. So I've had it for a long time, sold some houses. I've done some rental properties and stuff like that with it. I've kind of stayed in the real estate business in Arizona and Scottsdale in that area, yeah. So I've used it more than you would think.
Okay, here.
Nate, congrats. After your approach on number 18, can you take us through your experience, your thoughts as you're walking up the 18th green? You're a PGA champion, and hearing the crowd, cheer for you after a great round.
It was surreal, to be honest with you. I didn't know what to think. There was a lot going through my mind. It's just an unreal feeling, and just so happy to be here, and happy to be in Detroit, and always remember this place is always going to be a special place to me.
All right, let's go to the back, and then over here to Will.
So for all the years on mini tours and doing Monday qualifiers and things like that, can you put into perspective that idea of trying to chase the idea of 1 week can change everything, and you have to do that every single week? How do you go about that, and what's it really like?
Yeah, like you said, 1 week can change. It's a career-changing event. Getting a win out here, it gives you job security, gets you into majors. You have 2 years to 2 more years to basically get more comfortable and play better golf. So, there's you really can't put it into words of how much this means, and it's just huge for my career.
Okay. Follow up.
How do you actually continue to convince yourself that that week is coming?
I just, over the years, I felt like I've continued to get better and better, and so it's something I've always felt like I could compete out here, and I just kept telling myself that. And with over the years getting better and getting wins from the Latin Tour, moving up to the Web, getting a win, those weeks gave me enough confidence when I get out here. I feel like my first year I struggled a little. It was a tough year, but at the same time I had some times when I played some pretty good golf. So I knew that if I could just maybe get a little bit better mentally, that I was going to have an opportunity out here to win.
All right, let's go to Will, and then over on the left side.
It seemed like it got a chuckle, but what was your reaction to being introduced as an alternate on the first tee?
It was kind of funny. I liked it. It's a great story. Last man in the field. I was just happy to get in this week, and to end up winning is just a dream come true.
Okay.
I asked you yesterday if you're having any fun. Are you having any fun yet?
Well, a little bit of fun right now. I'm going to have some more fun here in a little bit, but like I said, it hasn't quite sunk in yet. I've never been in this situation, winning a PGA Tour event, and just really looking forward to everything in store and finishing the year off strong.
All right, let's go to Jim.
When did you get word that your sister was coming in, and your friends, did you know they were all coming in, and when did you first see them today?
Yeah, they had texted me or called me yesterday and asked if they wanted to come in, and I said yeah. And so it was yesterday at some point after my round they decided to come out.
When did you see them?
I didn't really see. I saw a couple guys randomly walking during the round, but I didn't see. There's a lot of people following us, so I didn't really see anybody at all that much. And I was really just trying to focus on, keeping my head down, keeping going forward, and each shot. So I was trying to not, wander off into the crowd and stuff like that. I was really just focused on my game.
Outside of golf here in Detroit, how'd you enjoy your stay? Or what'd you do while you're here?
Well, I got a good friend, Ted, that lives over in Plymouth, so I hung out a couple days with him. Nice little area over there, great little downtown. Went down there and had dinner a couple nights. Other than that, though, I was staying north of the city here, about 15 minutes north of the golf course. And, once the tournament starts, you kind of in lockdown mode. You just kind of go out to dinner, and then you're back to the hotel room and getting some rest. So I haven't seen a whole lot of Detroit, but I think we're going to stay downtown tonight, so we'll probably see a little bit more of it tonight.
Right? Yep, right here, middle.
Ricky was telling me yesterday that when he was going to the airport on Tuesday, the guy who drove him to the airport, he told the guy who drove him to the airport that Nate is going to win this week. Did he tell you that, and do you believe that?
No, he didn't tell me that. I don't know that many caddies, will ever say that to their player, that, it's not something at the beginning of the week. You're always thinking about winning, but you're really just kind of focused on, you just want to play some good golf, and into that, as you play good golf, the week kind of culminates into having a chance to win. But no, Ricky didn't say anything to me about it before. I was just happy he was able to make it out on Tuesday and be here.
Do you believe him when he says that? When he says he said that?
Do I believe?
Yeah, I asked him if he really said that. And
yeah, I believe him. I mean, he tells me that all the time. That we've finished tournaments where, we're being around that top 10, top 20 range, and he's told me numerous times that, I'm good enough to win out here. It's going to come, and happen this week for us.